Welcome, my name is Danny Reese and I'm a Customer Success Manager at Hoist. In this video, I'll be providing some advice on 5 critical checks ahead of reopening. This video is part of the Phoenix Programme, a unique Hoist initiative that is aimed at helping hotels across EMEA to overcome the impact of COVID-19. It has 3 carefully crafted packages that are packed with advice, free hotel technology and a lot more. Many seasonal hotels would have procedures in place for standardised reopening checks. These would include heat or lighting checks, security and many more maintenance areas. There are critical security checks to follow to ensure both a safe environment for staff and guests, as well as preparation for any emergencies within the property. Here are several security checks that we recommend. Verify your internet service provider lines are up and running. Verify your network and Wi-Fi service is correctly reactivated. Make sure that security cameras are operating correctly, as well as fire alarm monitoring and building alarm systems. Verify building management systems, and particularly heating and aircon units, are functioning correctly. Elevators may need to be re-inspected if they have been shut down, and local code compliance. Buildings may need to reapply, and these all have lead times. Most importantly, once all the relevant checks have been made, make sure you complete an up-to-date staff evacuation training. With the lengthy time off work, procedures may have been forgotten, as well as potential new staff will need to receive training. All bedrooms and public areas will need to be checked to ensure that all systems are fully operational. For example, bulbs, TVs, remotes, Wi-Fi and much more. Maintenance should prepare a detailed list of each check that needs to be completed per room or per area. Perhaps loading these lists into a task management software like Surveyator will provide a detailed checklist to follow. Additionally, hotels will need to ensure all equipment for service is operational. This would include that your point of sale system is fully operational for docket printing for orders or receipts, cash drawers are functioning, and network connections are checked and confirmed working. Credit card PDQ machines will need to be turned on and checked to ensure that any software updates are downloaded and completed. Property management systems will need to be checked to ensure that data is up to date, online distribution channels are activated and functioning, and any other interface connections are also fully operational. For example, your POS system or your accounting software. Other system checks would be IT related. Involve your IT company wherever possible to provide a full system health check to ensure that servers are fully functioning. This is a very important section, as once open there is a large number of factors to be monitoring. For example, with guest health and well-being, you do not want to have to shift your focus onto a system recovery. After properties being closed for many weeks, there are key factors to consider when reopening the food service section of your business. Some perishable goods may be remaining in guest bedrooms, bars and restaurants. For example, snacks, condiments and tea-coffee facilities. It is important that all of these use-by dates are checked and any expired goods are disposed of correctly. Kitchen and food outlets will require a deep clean to remove any grease, dust or settled dirt that may be present following the closures. Maintenance should perform a critical system check on ovens, fridges, extractors and dishwashers. Are all the above working correctly to ensure there are no failures upon reopening? Make sure that the fridges and beer lines within the bars are included on these checks. Drainage should be checked for wash-up areas, dishwashers and glass washers, as well as any floor-level drainage areas for cleaning. Fridges and freezers need to be monitored and checked to ensure they are holding the correct temperatures. Lastly, ensure that all health inspection documentation and food allergen advice is all up to date. The hospitality industry cannot function without a supply line of products for resale to consumer. For example, food, beverage and guest consumables. Some important checks would be to verify if your current suppliers are still operating post-COVID-19, especially with smaller local businesses. Have they been forced to close down due to the lack of revenue, or are they currently closed due to infection? Perform a price check and negotiate pricing across all suppliers to ensure that you are receiving the best value for your money. Cost control and cash flow are going to be very important measures upon the reopening of your business. You may find an increase in the demand for one-use guest consumables to ensure the safety of your guests. it is important to include this into your price shopping exercise. Request a copy of each company's COVID-19 prevention measures and safety policies. It is important to identify the precautions taken by your supply line to verify that you can ensure both your staff and guests' well-being. Are there current delays for deliveries to not only you as a customer, but of the products to the suppliers? This information will help you to anticipate orders and delivery dates to ensure a constant supply of products. In addition to all this, it is important to complete a full stock level check within the property. This will help to ensure that unnecessary orders are not placed, which will assist in cash flow management. A full stock rotation may also be required to ensure that products have not passed their sell or use by dates. Both of these measures will coincide with cost control and cash flow management. With many hotels being closed for a number of months, there will be a need to have all areas and bedrooms spring cleaned. This is in preparation for your guests' arrival. This is a standard hotel procedure for any seasonal hotel that operates with partial closures. You will need to air rooms, change linen, clean dust, and much more. During this time, you will also need to comb the hotel for unnecessary objects that allow for cross-contamination. Hotel bedrooms have many small objects that people meaninglessly pick up without a second thought. With these objects remaining in the room, it is high risk for contamination, and it will delay the cleaning process for each room turnover. So these objects can be removed and handed out on a per request basis. For example, hair dryers, irons, and ironing boards. Hotel information, phone lists, room service details, and city guides can all be removed and possibly handled through digital signage or online content. For example, the Wi-Fi login or landing page, or on the guest television user interface. For our customers with a valid Fusion license, they can already use the content management system facility to implement all this content onto their systems. Additionally, this digital signage can be used to provide informational content to customers to advise on measures followed to ensure guest and staff safety, providing them peace of mind throughout their stay. The same process will also need to be followed in public areas for books, magazines, and all need to be removed to limit the amount of interaction that the guest can have with objects.